I'm Matt Simon, and today I'm going to do a lyrical analysis on the Police hit single Wrapped Around Your Finger. You consider me the young apprentice, caught between the Scylla and Charybdis. So this is quite important. The first line, he says, you consider me the young apprentice, which means he doesn't consider himself the young apprentice. Not so naive. And the Scylla and Charybdis, these are two monsters from Greek mythology. In the Odyssey, Odysseus had to sail his ship through what we think is the Strait of Messina, which is the smallest distance between Sicily and Italy. So on one side there's the monster, which is a Scylla, which is a woman, a nymph, sexy nymph, who'd been turned into a monster. And on the other side, depending on which version you look at, either a sea monster or a whirlpool. And we think maybe the mythology came from there's actually a small whirlpool there, but the mythology grew up that maybe it was a sea monster drinking a lot of water which created a whirlpool. So in the story they had to decide which side to go. So on one side you're close to one monster, one side you're closer to the other one. And this is an old version of the saying, between a rock and a hard place. In the story they chose to go for the Scylla side because they thought they'd lose a few men from the monster attacking them, rather if they went into the whirlpool the whole ship would get destroyed. And an extra thing, on the way back Odysseus came through on a raft and lost the raft to the whirlpool, so he was kind of screwed either way. Hypnotised by you if I should linger, staring at the ring around your finger. So that's obviously the woman is married. Second verse. I've only come here seeking knowledge, things they would not teach me of in college. Here, this is knowledge with a capital K, which means sexual knowledge, and that'd be a hell of a school with some fantastic homework if that was on offer. I can see the destiny you sold, turned into a shining band of gold. Wedding ring. So here we have the young apprentice, so he's younger than the other person in the story. So from this we can deduce it's someone who's getting involved with an older woman to learn some sexual knowledge. The chorus, very simple, it just says, I'll be wrapped around your finger, which is a nice way to reference back again the wedding ring, which is wrapped around a finger. But also in this it's manipulation, but manipulating someone's affections. Next verse. Mephistopheles is not your name. I know what you're up to just the same. So Mephistopheles, I try and say that right, is not the devil but an agent of the devil. So someone who will negotiate on his behalf. So in the Faust story, the guy who was a successful man but very bored and wanted more in life, so he sold his soul for the devil, and Mephistopheles was the go-between there. I will listen hard to your tuition, you will see it come to its fruition. So again, he knows what's going on. He knows that perhaps this woman is manipulating him, but he allows himself to be manipulated whilst knowing that it's going on, so he can learn what he needs to learn from her, which is bedroom action. Next chorus again, I'll be wrapped around your finger. Now the final verse, we have Devil and the deep blue sea behind me, vanish in the air, you'll never find me. Devil in the Deep Blue Sea was an old jazz song released in 1931 by Cab Calloway, but it's also another saying meaning the same thing, between a rock and a hard place. Here he says, vanish in the air, you'll never find me. So he's saying that the situation was very difficult, but now he's getting out of it basically. I will turn your face to alabaster, then you'll find your servant is your master. So here we have alabaster is a white rock, and he's saying that when he leaves, the other person will be shocked and the face will be white with shock. And what's really, really nice about the last chorus is because this song is about a role reversal, he changes the chorus. So instead of I'll be wrapped around your finger, it changes to you'll be wrapped around my finger. So Sting is telling the song about a role reversal. At the time he was going through a divorce from his first wife, then moving on to the next wife. And Andy Summers, a guitarist, was also going through a divorce, so there was a lot of tension at home and in the band. Quite famously, the band didn't get on very well at all. The video is really cool. They've got lots of candles set up in what looks like a large warehouse, and Sting's running through them. And it's done on like a slow-mo feel. So what they did was they mimed the song double speed, so that when it was slowed down they were playing the right things at the right time, but it looks all kind of floaty. Andy Summers really didn't like Sting at this point. At the end, Sting gets to knock over a lot of the candles, and Andy Summers said something along the lines of like, oh yeah, that must have been fun to do that, yeah, but f*** him. Okay, so that's the Police, Wrapped Around Your Finger. I'll be doing 2 more as part of a 3-song Sting special.